Hi, this is BB from clutterclearinglifecoaching.com, and I want to talk to you today about happiness and these blocks we have to being happy and feeling happy. What happens? There's two types, I believe. Well, the two main ones we're going to deal with today is self-imposed ones that we tend to impose on ourselves, and a group mentality, like a group of people who wants to keep you stuck, who wants to keep you back, who wants to keep you locked down. Now, this could range from family members, friends, partners, business associates, it doesn't matter. When you're locked in to a group of people, sometimes your association with them becomes toxic. And you don't even realize it at the time because you're so enmeshed on what is happening from day to day that your thoughts become toxic, which blocks happiness, and then your actions become toxic, and the group just, they don't care. Now the group will try, you're part of their tribe, so they will try to keep you locked into into whatever group this is, because they are getting what they need of you and from you. Whatever desires you're fulfilling, whatever you're giving to them, whatever you're, producing, whatever you're assisting them with, whatever they're getting from you is something they need. And they're not going to want to let that go. So what they do is they will try to dissuade you. They will try to hold you back. They will find a myriad of reasons for you not to leave the group. They will find countless reasons how much it's bad elsewhere than with them. That there's dangers outside of the group. Even though you don't realize at the time that the group itself might be toxic for you. Now, toxicity in this case, that they have to be a bunch of vampires or werewolves, or they go around, with a bunch of machetes hacking people's heads off. It could be toxic in a sense that the group isn't growing. They're not getting any better. They're not really expanding in the right direction and not really producing anything that is productive or is helpful to themselves, each other, or the world at large. And that toxicity is just spread like a virus amongst its members. And you are not feeling it anymore, but you're sucked into the group somehow because a sense of loyalty, a sense of belief systems. What's your belief system? That they're somehow giving you something that you cannot find elsewhere, that you cannot find outside of this group, that you will not be able to get anywhere else, that they and only they can offer you whatever this thing is that you're looking for, even though you haven't found it yet, and it may have been years and you still haven't found the thing. But there's always the promise that it's there and you'll find it. You just got to keep doing the same thing over and over until you find it. That's one way we block ourselves from being happy. We're giving our autonomy away, our individuality away. We're giving it to a group of people that may not be fulfilling anything that brings us joy, makes us happy, makes us feel fulfilled, makes us feel like we're, a sense of achievement. We don't get that because it's this whole group mentality. And the other part of this is what we're dealing with today is we're blocking ourselves. We may have things that once upon a time we were happy. We were deliciously happy. We were, just over the moon happy. And something may have happened to snatch that happiness away, grab that happiness, and we swore again, whether consciously or unconsciously, that we were never going to allow ourselves to be open to anything that could cause that type of grief, that type of pain, that type of suffering, that type of misery. We don't want it. We believe this is what's safeguarding our hearts. This is what's keeping us safe. This is what's making us feel protected somehow. In one instance, and again, there's many more, but we're just going to do with the two basic two, which is your self-abstinence from being happy, and a group mentality. You might be in a group of friends, or it could be, like I said, it could be your family members, your circle of friends, of people. Even if it's just a matter of 2 or 3 people, or a larger group, it doesn't matter. Or you could be stuck in a situation where you're in an unhealthy relationship, where you're not happy anymore, but for whatever reason, you choose to stay there. You choose to forego your happiness. You choose to see, well, the relationship needs you more than you need to be happy. So what do we do in situations like these? What does the individual do in situations like these? What do you do? How do you get clarity on what exactly you want? And how can you break away from the group mentality, keeping your individuality, keeping your autonomy, getting stronger, being who you are, or just letting go of your self-abstinence, I call it, from being happy? You're just holding happiness at bay. Because wait a minute now, you could hurt me. You could break my heart. If I go for that promotion and I don't get it, that'll crush me. Look what happened last year. Look what happened the year before. Look what happened to Phil. Look what happened to Don. Look what happened to Janet. It could be anything you will use, any and everything, that to keep yourself from feeling that happiness, because you don't want to be unhappy. You're afraid to open your heart. You're afraid to open your soul. You're afraid to open your mind. You're just afraid to open that feeling center to just having the happiness that is already there. Feeling your own happiness. Because, like I said before, people don't bring happiness into your life. They just give you permission to feel yours. Because the presence of the people or the person, it's overwhelming joy. And you don't have any choice. Sometimes it just happens. You're around a certain person, you're around a certain piece of music, you hear a certain piece of music, you hear a song, you see a bird, you see your child, you see your spouse, you see your relatives, you see something funny, and you just feel that joy. It doesn't, but then we go right back to feeling morose because we don't want to allow that to linger too long. So I know I sound lengthy, but we're going to tap away either way to from a group mentality to individuals who are not allowing themselves to be happy and feel happy because they're afraid that something will be taken from them, that they're going to lose it. It's going to crush them. It's going to kill them. It's going to put them, where they're just depressed for the rest of their lives. And before they know it, half of their lives are gone, and they wonder what happened. But let's not go there. Let's look at this realistically, and let's do a light tapping. I will talk more on this subject in the next few videos, because this is one of my favorite topics to talk about, is uncovering your happiness. Allowing yourself to be happy. Because I was guilty of being unhappy and holding myself in that stance for a number of years. That was me doing that to me. So let's start on a karate chop. How should we phrase this? Even though I have these blocks to being happy, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I have these blocks to allowing myself to be happy, I've been unhappy in the past. And I don't want to go there again. I don't want to be unhappy again. Well, I'm going to choose to deeply and completely love and accept who I am right now anyway. These blocks to feeling happiness. These blocks that's keeping me stuck. Keeping me with this group of people. Keeping me stuck to doing things that no longer bring me joy. Stuck in feeling like I'm obligated to this group of people somehow. And if I leave, they'll stop loving me. I'm going to choose to deeply love, honor, and accept who I am in this moment. These blocks to feeling happy. Blocks to feeling happy. These blocks to feeling happy. All these blocks to feeling happy. These blocks to feeling and being happy. All because I'm afraid of pain. And because I'm afraid to disappoint others. I keep myself unhappy. This way I have no expectations. I don't have to take any leaps or bounds. I don't have to exert myself. It's like feeling a calmness that is wrapped in unhappiness. And boy, it gets overwhelming. I'm trying to fight this happiness because I am not going to let myself get hurt again. So when that happiness wants to peak out, I'm going to put him back in his place. I'm going to tell him, get away. Leave me be and let me be unhappy. Which is what's happening anyway. Because unhappiness is keeping me safe. If I'm going to be unhappy anyway, why should I dilute it with bouts of happiness? Why should I taint it with any happiness? Push my unhappiness away just for this so-called happiness. Now I have blocks. This group of people knows what's best for me. And I want to stick around them. Maybe someday I'll find what I'm looking for. And if I don't find it, well then, that's it. I keep hanging on to these blocks to being happy. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Now substitute those words for anything that works for you. Substitute those words. And do this sequence as many times as you want. And again, this is just a very basic tapping sequence. If you need one-on-one coaching, feel free to contact me at clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. That is clearing the clutter as in clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. Fill out the contact form and let's talk on the phone and see how I can help you and if we're a good fit, and take it from there. Until then, be good to yourselves. Peace.